everybody, Backyard Bullion here, coming to you today with a poured silver update video on the 100 gram Silver Forum bars, which we made an announcement about over on the Silver Forum on Friday, and today's the big YouTube reveal of those bars. We've got a lot to talk about because the mintage for these, that's the big thing, the mintage for these has been reduced from 2018's 150 down to 100. So that's a big change, and I wanted to communicate the reasons why we've done that and some of the thought processes that we went through with regards to our brand. So that's a kind of second part to today's video. I want to finish up today by talking about what's important to our brand and why it's important as well going forward for not only Silver Forum products but Backyard Bullion bars as well. So lots of things to get through today, but here is the big reveal of the 2019 editions of the 100 gram bars. Really liking these. Some of my favorite pieces to make by far. The size, the weight, the feel, the look, I really like them. I love the big deep incused pickaxe stamp that we have used for 3 years. In fact, let's have all 3 year run, or the date run, up here to have a look at. I really am happy with the way that these have evolved as well over the last couple of years. As you can see, we've gone from individual chops from 100G to on all in 100 gram. The years were all individual chops, but this year we've now got 2019. Hallmarks have stayed the same with the exception of the date year, so we're getting an alphabet date run now, S, T and U. Next year, of course, will be a different one as well, a V. So that's really very cool, and I'm very happy with the way these have turned out as well. The ripples on them, I think, are progressing very nicely, and it's nice to kind of see my skill, I think, evolve over time as well, which is very cool. So that is the bar for 2019. Now, the big thing, the elephant in the room that I think a lot of Silver Forum members will be watching this video about is the mintage change. So for those who have been following our channel, our business, our brand for a while, you know that in the last couple of months we have gone through quite a radical change in the way that we had to do business. We had to register for sales tax, for VAT here in the UK, because our business grew to such a size that it was mandatory to do so. Very quickly, I realised though that it really wasn't the the thing I wanted to achieve with the business. It was far too much additional stress, just time away from doing what I enjoy, and it wasn't why I wanted to do it. I really didn't like being an accountant. That's no offense to any accountants out there. It just wasn't for me. So we decided to deregister from that sales tax, from that VAT, but that means that we have to operate within a restricted turnover. So the amount of total money that comes into the business has to be restricted. So that has got us thinking about what we want to achieve with the business, and small, sustainable is the key. So when you're looking at something like this project where you're creating, or where we have been creating in the last couple of years, 150 100 gram bars with an average sale price of £75 per bar, you're looking at £12,500 worth of turnover right there, and that's a significant portion. That's very significant portion of our entire kind of annual operating budget. So that hard decision had to be taken that we were going to reduce the mintage. Now that does come with some upsides, because yes, there's an argument to be said that we could have just gone ahead and done 150 of these bars without any kind of major problems, because we're still in that early stages of that year. But that stays on for 12 months, that turnover stays on for 12 months, and it would have an effect, it would have a rolling effect for those 12 months, and it would be difficult for us to do other projects, which is important to us. We love the Silver Forum, and if you're not familiar with the Silver Forum, by the way, here's my little plug for them. It's a fantastic place to meet like-minded precious metal enthusiasts, coins, bars, poured silver, whatever it may be. There's people on that forum that can help you with anything. Also a fantastic trade and sales section as well, lots of free giveaways, and generally just a great place to be. So the Silver Forum has been a very good long-term partner for us, and we're very honoured and happy to continue to produce these bars. And one of the cool things that we like to do is at the end of each year we want to come up with a new product, something different and new. And last year we did that with some 3 ounce rounds. So here is number 50, which was very generously donated to a charity prize raffle last year, but then the winner of it decided to carry it forward and donate it to next year's raffle. So we've got a double header for next year, the 2018 and 2019 rounds will be there. So we will be doing these again at the end of the year, and that's really only possible because we've reduced the mintage down to 100 for these 100-gram bars. In addition to the 3 ounce rounds, we've got what I'm going to call flagship product in store for you guys. It's by far and away, I think, my most attractive product that I've ever created. I'm not going to give you a sneak peek now because it's currently up in the Edinburgh Assay office for hallmarking, but it is, in my opinion, the best single piece that I've ever created, and it's Silver Forum related, really very, very cool, and hopefully, I'm hoping by the time it's back, because it should be back with all the rest of these 100-gram bars, that we'll be able to give you a big grand reveal and sneak peek of that. Now that's only possible because we've reduced the mintage. That is the message here. So we are able to create these other products and, you know, continue to do fun things with the Silver Forum, and not only with the Silver Forum but with other businesses out there as well, like Bullion, and also perhaps with other companies like the European Mint. That's another sort of little sneak peek hint. We've got hopefully some cool things coming out for lots of other businesses coming up too. So generally speaking, that's why we've taken as a business the decision to do that. Now that has a big impact, of course, on you guys, the Silver Forum members, who've perhaps got Silver Forum bars between serial numbers 100 and 150. So there was no easy way of working this out, and we've explained on the Silver Forum how it's going to work in terms of basically, you know, how it's going to work in terms of allocating serial numbers, because previously we've had people been able to reserve their bars from previous years, and so if you had bar number 121, you would be able to reserve and take that bar up for 2019. Of course, that's not possible now for that number because it's gone. It's not there. It's not going to be made. So those members with bars between 101 and 150 will have priority on any bars which are not taken up by their previous members in numbers to 1 to 100. Now, that does potentially leave a situation, if everybody took up their bars, that there'd be 50 odd people, or maybe a few less because there are some duplicates, who would be unhappy about it. We're very sorry, seriously, from the bottom of our hearts, we really are sorry if that disappoints anybody out there in terms of picking up your 2019 edition bar for a date run. It is what it is, and I hope you guys can understand some of the decision-making process that we've gone through as a brand, and you know, in that side of things, it's not an easy decision to make. And you know, often you see businesses increasing mintages, you know, cashing in on some of the success that they've had on different products. But for us, that's not necessarily where we want to go with the business, which kind of brings me, I suppose, on to the second part of this video, which is talking about the Backyard Bullion brand and what's important to us. Now, I've seen quite a few videos recently over the last couple of weeks really, about various different companies that have various different tactics, let's say, of basically cashing in on success. And it's not an uncommon thing. You see it from all the big mints out there. It first drew my attention from the Royal Mint, who were actually cashing in on the Queen's Beast series. They've brought out all of these, in my opinion, ridiculous trinkets about the Queen's Beast series, like cufflinks, like, you know, Queen's Beast Lion cufflinks at exorbitant prices and things like that. And I guess if you're into all things Queen's Beasts, then maybe that's something to think about. But for me, it just seemed like a little bit of, it just seemed a bit money grabby. And, you know, there's been other examples. I've seen John RMS on the Silver Forum talking about the Perth Mint and how they've been increasing their allocations of the Simpsons coins and various other things like that. Now, that has, you know, plenty of good connotations for any business, in that you can, of course, increase the amount of sales you get and revenue and money earned, and that's fine. But that is not what the Backyard Bullion brand is about. Because we have a reduced operating turnover, so to speak, because we have this limited amount that we can do each year now, we want to make sure that what we do is right for the customer base. You know, we don't want to have mass-produced thousands of pieces, and I have been approached by a number of different companies out there to produce, you know, a couple of hundred 1 ounce bars with, with perhaps their brand on, or perhaps even, you know, different designs with our brand, and they wanted to then retail them. And there's potential for that. Yes, that's great. And if we weren't restricted by lots of these things, then that's definitely something I would consider. But that, in my opinion, waters down some of the rest of the brand of what we do. So, of course, we do these 100-gram bars for the Silver Forum, as well as the 3 ounce rounds and various other sizes as well. But we also do a lot of our own branded stuff. And I do think that there's plenty of designs out there that we already produce, which are really fun. And I want to push the boat out. I want to do things which are different, unusual. We've done Tetris sets, we've done puzzle boards. We've got a new puzzle board coming out, hopefully in a couple of weeks' time as well. That's going to be a pretty exciting thing. Big pieces as well, big set, and it should make for quite a fun collector's item if you are interested. So there's lots of things that we want to do as a business, and I think if we just go ahead and mass produce things, then it restricts what we can do as a business, but also it waters down the brand. And that's the last thing to kind of touch on. What we do here on the sort of Backyard Bullion brand is really important for the customers out there, because we have a responsibility to you guys to basically make the brand as strong as possible and as attractive as possible. The more that we can achieve that, the better that our pieces will perform as little potential investments. Now, I know that there's a lot of issues out there with poured silver in terms of being an investment, and I would never advocate my bars as a simple investment. I would always advocate them as something that you would buy, that you enjoy, something that you would buy to support us as a business, support our channel here on YouTube. It's like merchandise. It's like buying a t-shirt, except you're getting something precious in return rather than just a t-shirt. So that's something that I always strive to portray, that we're not here pumping these bars as an investment. They are, and these in particular are there to support the Silver Forum as well. So there's definitely that to factor in. But what I also would love to happen is, in the future, is our bars do become a bit more of a collector's kind of premium, and that would be an achievement. That would be one of the biggest kind of achievements in our brand and our lifestyle, if we could have that small sustainable business be recognized globally as, like, I'm not going to say that we're going to become it, but like an MK Bars or like a YPS, or I'm seeing other silver pourers out there like Bunker Bullion, Hi-Ho Silver, who's just absolutely killing it with some of his pieces right now. And in fact, I've got one on order which should be coming pretty soon. And that's the goal. Small, sustainable, but recognizable business, and that is what we want to achieve. We don't want to mass produce, and I think that's become fairly evident and obvious with our kind of opinions and actions towards the VAT registration side of things, because we could quite easily have, just notch things up and produce more and done hundreds of pieces. But I do think that waters down the brand quite a bit, and it's not really what we want to achieve. So hope that kind of gives you guys a bit of insight into the way that we think as a business. I hope that gives you a bit of reassurance as to how we are going to and will continue to operate as a poured silver business going forward into the future. It's not about making millions and millions of pounds. It's about providing a sustainable lifestyle and income for myself, and enjoying life and not having all the stress of VAT and accounting and all of that jazz. It really is not fun. So let me know your thoughts on that. I'd love to know some feedback. Now, look, I'm always open to feedback, but if you're just going to be a troll and moan, and that's just not really very good. If it's constructive, fun feedback that's something that we can all learn from, please feel free to let us know. I know that the reduction in mintage is not going to please everybody, and there will be people who will be disappointed, and I do apologise sincerely for that. And that said, though, I really do want to hear feedback from you guys out there. If it's something that has affected you, it does play into our decision making for the future, and perhaps next year we would increase the mintage back up again to kind of compensate for that. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes over the course of the next 12 months. Otherwise, if you've enjoyed today's video, if you've enjoyed today's ramble about the Backyard Bullion brand, you know what to do. Hit that like button. If you like these bars, hit that like button. And if you want to find out more about them, there's a link down in the description below to the Silver Forum website. As I said earlier in the video, they are in pre-sale right now, and if you have a bar from 2019, you get priority to reserve that particular serial number for 2019. If you don't have one of the 2018 bars, but you would be interested in getting one, then still feel free to go over to the forum and let me know. We'll put you on the waiting list, and then come September the 2nd, we'll know just how many are left for sale. They'll go up on my website, and people can select and buy their own individual numbers of their choice. So that is the plan. Thank you very much for listening. If you've been watching this entire length of the video to my ramblings, I really appreciate it. You guys who watch to the end and listen and care about everything that we say here on the channel, you are our superstar club. Thank you. We really do appreciate it. In fact, we appreciate everyone. So even if you've just watched the first bit of this video and skipped to the end, thank you for watching. It really is very, very incredible that you guys stick around and watch. Otherwise, if you're not already subscribed, if you've been watching this far and you've not hit that subscribe button yet, make sure you do. You'll get updates not only on these bars, but all of the other things that we're working on as well. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic week ahead. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.